Related to the increase in defense budget for FY 2024 by the Senate led by Senate Pres. Juan Miguel Zubiri, there is also an increase in the budget of the Philippine Coast Guard. A total of PHP 2.8 billion will be allocated to the PCG on top of the approved budget they will be receiving for FY 2024. Of the amount, PHP 2.5 billion will be used for the initial payment for 3 new offshore patrol vessels that will be procured from Australian shipbuilder Offshore and built in their facility in Balamban, Cebu. The first ship will be delivered 18 months after the release of the notice to proceed, following the usual Philippine government procurement. Max Defense Philippines believes that Offshore is ready to immediately start the project once it is awarded to them due to the availability of a ready-made design they can use. We believe that Offshore will be reusing their original 83-meter offshore patrol vessel proposal submitted to the Philippine Navy a few years ago, which was later turned down due to a price increase. The design is now marketed by Offshore as the Offshore Patrol 83. Offshore will most likely downscale the design by removing Navy-specific weapon systems and sensors like the 76mm and 30mm guns and surface, air search radar and replacing them with more Coast Guard-specific systems. Based on our calculation, PHP 2.5 billion is sufficient for a 15% initial payment for 3 ships, which we expect to cost a total of less than PHP 17 billion. This is a good start for the Philippine Coast Guard to build a fleet of larger ships, preferably locally made, and increase the number to meet its targets. Offshore earlier expressed interest in building 6 OPVs for the Philippine Navy as part of the Armed Forces of the Philippines Modernization Program. After the contract is signed, he expects the delivery of the first vessel in 2 years. Offshore's shipyard, located in the West Cebu Industrial Park, is ready to construct other Navy vessels for export. The vessels the company is offering to the Philippine government are larger variants of the Cape-class patrol boats used by the Philippine Navy and Philippine Border Force. Philippine shipbuilder Offshore showcased a series of new models and concepts at last week's Indo-Pacific Maritime Exhibition in Sydney. Underscoring the uncertainty regarding the future focus of the Philippine Navy, the company presented these solutions to be realized quickly and concepts applicable to both Philippine and global needs in the long term. The new facility, measuring 120 meters long, 43 meters wide, and 41 meters tall, is designed to accommodate large vessel projects for hull assembly, final outfitting, and painting capacity. The vessels offered by the company to the Philippine government are a larger variant of the Cape-class patrol vessels used by the Royal Australian Navy and Australian Border Force. Company chairman John Rothwell is optimistic about the Philippines' potential to design and build the world's best naval vessels, just like they did in the United States and Australia. We have the opportunity to pursue multiple commercial and naval opportunities, he said, citing the OPVs for the Philippine Navy. The company's investment included the reclamation of an additional 20,000 square meters of waterfront land and the development of new handstands and mooring facilities that will allow a greater number of larger vessels to be designed, built, and maintained in the Philippines. The shipbuilder employs over 900 engineers, design staff, skilled laborers, and production people at its Balamban facility. About 90% of them are Filipino. Company Chief Executive Officer David Singleton said the expansion is part of the firm's ongoing strategy to regionalize the manufacturing base for commercial vessels. Its Cebu shipyard, which began operating in 2012, has since delivered 17 ships to 10 operators in 9 countries. It adds great value to local communities and the greater Philippine economy by generating local employment and supply chain opportunities. Balamban Mayor Alex Binghay said this new investment will bring in more income for the local government and jobs for Cebuanos. He noted Ostal's operations in Balamban have raised its economic status from being just a fishing and agricultural town. Ostal started with only 30 workers in Balamban, but that number has since grown to close to 1,000. The western coastal town is also home to Japanese shipbuilder Tsuneshi, which produces bulk carriers for export.